Jewish. He can't. And I don't mean that as a joke.
Huge asshole. Game upset.
I can't come.
I look like a fool.
Come on, my face.
Getting a hard on just talking about it.
No, you're a fucking loser.
Catholic grade school, I was blowing a lot of dudes.
Come on, my face.
Oh,
We're doing it. 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 We're doing it.
This Dabbleverse is not fucking friendly.
I'm an adult.
Game upset. It's only a matter of time. The fuck? Raping you.
Grabbed my fist and then he raped me.
Thank you.
What about me, Bob? Suck my dick. Yes.
Thou protest I too much.
Afraid of Shuli.
Whip it. Whip it good.
React!
Hit the like button, you fucking cowards.
Dues payer!
Don't count me out. Yeah, Joe Depot, I buy the money. I'll pay for that.
By the stench of me. Behind my paywall. Fucking asshole. I hold you guys responsible. Raising you. Just give it time.
I'm embarrassed for me.
Thou protest thy too much.
Fucking ass!
Really, dues pay ya? Whip it. Whip it good. He goes, John, you're brilliant. This is all brilliant.
I was beaten.
I'm infected.
You should actually look at yourself in the mirror and go, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? What's wrong with me?
I can't come.
I'm an adult.
Come on my face. What a fucking hack!
That's pretty cool.
You dumb fuck! You dumb fuck!
You think you're gonna come and hurt me?
Whip it. Good.
I'm an adult.
What about me, Bob?
It's time to wake up. Time to get out of bed.
Get out of your coffin, you son of a bitches.
Time to wake up.
We're doing it.
Gotta get out of bed.
Let's see it. Oh, in the chat.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go up. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
And this show loves you right back. That's what it's all about. Good morning, everybody. Let's start the week off right. Let's come out counter punching, bobbing, weaving, ducking, dodging, diving, something.
Tiff's birthday.
Shucking and jiving. Thank
Tiff's
you. I mean, we can't even get started without the gifted memberships. Danny Brophy, let's go.
It's Tiff's birthday.
Tiff's birthday. Come on.
I swallow cum.
Thank me.
I went.
Anyone want to guess what that drop is?
Is that me? It sounds like me.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so dumb, these drops. Good morning, everybody.
Good
How
morning.
we doing? Everybody good? Busy?
Good. Almost missed you guys.
Almost, just a tad.
Almost.
I was texting with Carl this morning. He was asking about, he was asking about doing the afternoon show.
Okay.
Where we're at with it and stuff. I said we're down to do it. It's all good. He
Mhm.
said I've been out for the last week. I need to catch up on what I've missed. And I said a lot of crying. That's pretty much what you missed.
Yeah.
A lot of crying in this world. Happy birthday to our queen Tiff here in the
Yes.
chat. She runs the show. She supports the boys in the back. A legend. Yes, Tiff is a legend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's no denying it.
There's no.
Where's my ashtray? Hold on.
Didn't you
I
tell me
don't need
yesterday
one.
you quit smoking?
Shut the fuck
Oh.
up. It's a bit. Holy fucking shit. You overdo my fucking brilliant acting every day.
I was so ready to call you out on that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should back off a little before you fucking realize something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He
All
can't.
right, let's try. Listen, let's try it again.
But he
Okay.
can't wait to call out old people. It's something about
Yeah.
he has no fuse for old people. We all
Sorry,
know.
let's forget how that all happened. So go ahead, Bob. What were you saying?
All right.
Now, Tina's gonna
Wait. Oh, Jesus Christ, other one. Yeah, the two of you shut the fuck up so I can do this shit right. Hold on, you ready?
Yeah.
Wait, where's my ashtray? All right, let me get my ashtray. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
No, I don't need the ashtray because I stopped smoking.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
How long? Where are we at? How long?
Oh, we're definitely hours. We are looking at okay, last night we were in the backyard, so it was probably 5 or 6, the latest 5, I'd
Okay.
say 4.
So you've been cigarette free since about 6 in the evening last night.
Yes. Don't do this to me again, Bob. Tiger Liddy says. No, but here's the thing. It's pretty easy. Because of the fact
you slept for most of that time.
no, I haven't fucking slept one fucking second. I slept an hour last night. Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
Go
But what I did was I have a cough, like I'm sick a little bit. I'm stuffed up and I have a cough, a nagging little fucking cough, but it's okay. And it makes
everything these days is nagging,
Nagging.
isn't it? I mean, what the hell?
It's unbelievable. My stomach is hanging out of me right now.
Yeah. Oh.
I had to tape it in. Thank God for crazy glue.
Yeah, you got your stomach hanging out. Meanwhile, there's a guy going on shows going, I had to make a spreadsheet in Excel. Wow. All right, go ahead. So what were you saying?
I have no idea at this point.
No, you were saying that you slept. You only slept an hour.
I slept an hour. You know, you're not feeling too good, and you get caught in those murder shows. Oh my!
Why don't you take the TV out of your bedroom?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
I think you go to
because
sleep with the TV
you
on.
need something to. I was thinking of putting it on music late at night. I was going to bring that
Well,
up.
they
to
say
her.
one of the things you should do if you can't sleep is remove the TV from your bedroom.
Oh, please! That's just work.
I'm not moving shit around. You're
Well,
fucking
I know
kidding
Gene's
me.
gonna have to move
No,
it. but I'm
we're
just-
not doing. And look, we're not fucking moving stuff around. I'll just put it lower and maybe music channel.
Look,
Thank you for gifting 5 memberships, Nikki.
Suck my dick.
I swallow cum.
Thank me.
I have one.
You're gonna come and hurt me.
I have one patch on, and that was from yesterday at like 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm believe me, this piece of cake.
Hold on, Bill Watson. You're really going to play it that way? You were talking a tough game about getting the link to say your side, and you never showed. Well, I was flying home from New York. There's nothing I can do about that.
Coward.
And I know. What a pussy boarding his flight like a pussy. So yeah, I had no ability, but I did watch.
He brought his own peanuts on the plane.
I did watch it, and I definitely have some thoughts I'd like to share on the issue.
Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah,
We'll get
so
there. We're
don't
saying
worry.
hello to people, motherfuckers.
That was just a little joke, a little zing, a little pop. That's all.
Shuli said. The new game. Shuli said.
Right, and then Shuli said, "You won't believe what Shuli didn't say." Um,
The
you're
Shuli
looking
set game
you're
coming
looking
soon.
ghostly this morning. Well, it's funny you should say that because
Yeah.
last night I was attending Amon Amarth and Ghost live in Nashville with my daughter, my oldest. When her first concert she ever went to was Amon Amarth, a Swedish Viking death metal band that
They're pretty heavy. Yeah.
they're heavy, and she used to listen to them because I played them around the house, and she liked them.
Mhm.
And then I took her at 6, and so when we saw they were playing nearby again, I said, "We gotta go see them again," and the band was nice enough to hook us up and went and saw and had a fucking blast last night.
Look at you, Mr. Celebrity.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
look a lot whiter.
I know. Well, because this screen is up, I can take that down, and then it's
You
it's
do
fine.
it. It's
Now
like
you, now you look only normally pale.
I know. Now it's just jaundice. That
you look like
not
off
ghostly
cum
white.
right
Yeah.
now. Like a little different kind of colored load.
Yeah, I did not see Richard there, but we did talk about him. He's always in our thoughts and prayers and in our mind.
Mhm.
StutJo never took the bait, was surprisingly polite towards TSN, and seemed open to coming back. Well, I mean, look,
All we had to do is talk. I like him a lot. You know what I
nobody
mean?
here. Look, let's be honest. Nobody here hated the guy. Nobody here thought he did shitty work. Everybody, he was here because he does a great job. Okay.
Yeah, Joe's here for that other reason.
Opposite reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, look, my thing is this, and I said this earlier, his communication skills were not very good. Okay. There were actions that were done by him that I wouldn't recommend somebody to do if you're working for somebody or anybody really. I mean, it's okay, so all right, if we want to get into it, we'll get into it. And by no look, he hasn't worked for us for 5 months. Nobody knew. It's because I'm not out here shitting on the guy. I'm not out here talking about his business. I'm not out here actively trying to fuck him over. But in that 5 months, had he shot me a text or picked up a phone and called me, I would have helped him with whatever he needed, would have had a discussion about the way things had ended, because I feel like we're there's two different stories here, and most likely he would always be welcome back here if he communicated better. My issue was not anything work-wise. It was how he handled things with me. That was my
We
issue.
didn't know he was fluent in Spanish, and we couldn't talk.
Yes, thank you, Bob. So we had Rochester, right? We had DabbleCon in Rochester. After Rochester, well, wait a minute. He said one of the things in the interview he said was he left because his kid was born, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So his kid was born when? In March? Or
Yeah.
March.
March 4th or something like that.
I was just counting the days, and I remember I'd go, "Today, your kid is 2 days old." Remember that?
Right.
Yeah,
It was
I remember playing like a. We had so much fun.
right. So Rochester was February, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
February 3rd and 4th.
Okay. So he stayed with us after. Oh no, wait. After Rochester, he did the thing where he wanted more money and he held on to footage from Rochester. And correct me if I'm wrong, but was that the time he took the archive down as well?
That may have been, I think he might have done it a couple times, but he was saying that he was like, God forbid I take a week off because of the birth of my kid, but that was a month later.
Yes. And let's circle back to that, thing of taking down the archive and holding on to footage because he's unhappy with something. He was unhappy with the money he was making, which I bumped him up 100% raise. Okay. But that always stuck in my head of like, okay, so you're going to sacrifice everybody here and what we're working on by taking by taking your ball and going home
Mhm.
because you're not happy about something. That's not how it works here. If anybody has an issue, you just come talk and we'll figure something out. So that put a a little flashing red light in my head of like, if this guy's willing to do this, then I got to come up with a backup plan.
Mhm.
And I shouldn't have to think like that of somebody that I work with. I don't think like that of Joe or of anybody else here. And I never thought of anybody like that here until it started happening. So when that happened, I was like, okay, that's definitely not cool. He brought up Pottstown travel. Okay. Now keep in mind, he was still with us after that.
I love how people are like Ziz boring. If Shuli said nothing, you would say how scared he was to say anything.
Yeah.
We know you play your game. Everybody plays their game. You're gonna have to hear it. Okay, sorry.
We're not going to do
That's
the
the
whole
way it
show
is.
about it. We're not going to do 2
Yeah.
hours on it. We're I'm just addressing the inconsistencies. I wasn't able to go on the show because I'm a coward and I was flying. But I think I have a right to at least address a few things.
Yeah.
So you're more than welcome to hop out and hop back in about 10, 15 minutes. All right.
Or at 10:50.
Or at
No, I'm
10:50.
kidding. You see, I threw in humor.
Right. and this is now I'm how this is the Howard playbook. Exploit, don't pay, and trash them when they say again. Nobody knew he was gone. I didn't say
They
a
weren't
word.
too good to be this good. They do.
Yeah,
It's like, oh my god.
Nobody knew he was
It's
gone.
like they were there
I
everywhere.
I wasn't popping up in different chats, dropping little jokes and shots. I wasn't the one going to Muttering Jay and giving him old figures of what we earned here. Like, why if that's so easy to do, what's so hard about picking up the phone? Why, if I fucked him so bad
Mhm.
and I owe him, would you, if you guys were in his shoes and a guy you left with supposedly on good terms just because you had a kid fucked you on money, wouldn't you reach out to that person? If you didn't have a falling out, if I wasn't John and I didn't block him from every
Mhm.
form, wouldn't you reach out to that person and go, hey man, I think there was a little misunderstanding. Maybe we
My
can work
kid
on
write
that.
the thing, what the fuck? I'm not even, I gotta fucking wear diapers and you fucking short me. I would write as the kid.
Right. So,
Fuck you up big time. I'd fuck you inside of here, motherfucker.
so instead of doing that, he decides to go and get some clout from this community that he loves so much, that he respects so much. Meanwhile, how many people in this community are paying him for a regular gig? How many people that say he's brilliant give him an opportunity to do something with it? I did. Because I'm not sitting here telling you the guy sucks at what he does. I'd be an idiot to tell you that. He doesn't. He's great
He
at what he
gives the
does.
best hand job I ever got in Rochester.
We'll
That's
get
a
to that. That's on page 3.
All right. I'm a little insulted now.
Pottstown. I believe he said that last minute I let people know that there was no transportation for Pottstown, and that just wasn't true. A month in advance, ESO, myself, we let everybody know that wasn't on stage performing that we couldn't do it like we did in Rochester. Rochester, everybody was taken care of. Everybody was put up. This Pottstown gig wasn't going to be the case. Much larger lineup. I didn't know how it would work out money-wise as far as everybody. There was a lot of mouths to feed on that show. Too many. That's nobody's fault but mine.
Kind of got out of control.
But
Nobody's fault. I know. Nobody's fault.
so again, he did not have to come. It wasn't a requirement. That was the other thing. I said, if I can't pay for your guys' way out there, you don't have to be there. I totally understand. We'll figure it out. So, but okay, I was the asshole for Pottstown as well. Meanwhile, Joe, the guy he hates, was the guy who drove him all the way down there. And I don't know that he hates Joe or not.
They,
I'm just
I never even knew that. You see, I don't know this shit.
And Joe paid for the hotels on the way up.
That is true. Okay. And then we got the claim that that he only got, or he didn't get paid for May or something. When did he say he left, Joe?
In May after Pottstown, and he said that he only got paid for half of May.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but after Pottstown, I think he did one more show and then he was gone, right?
I don't know for certain, but I know someone in the audience has the time and autism to go through every Uncle Rico show after May 13th and find a package that was put together by him, because it's easy to tell. He starts it with his logo. So if you find an Uncle Rico package after May 13th that he edited, then he was here after that. But I don't really remember him being here after Pottstown.
Perry. And he says, I only get paid for half of May. It's not. We're not two paychecks every 2 weeks. Like, everybody gets paid when YouTube pays out, right? And to be perfectly honest with you, I know he stopped working. He just stopped coming. He just stopped putting up packages. I already had a backup archive in place because of what he did the last time.
In the back. Stop it. I can't play now. All right, come here. Hold on. Let me get a biscuit.
Who knew puppies had so much energy? How about everybody, you fucking idiot? You moron.
What have you been drinking? Come on.
The dumbass. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. How great is it? Anyhow, that's all I got to say. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Trains John.
Thank you for gifting.
Yes.
Separate memberships. I like that. Very specific. Shuli calling clips package gives me dues, Joe. I'll try not to do it. So he did get paid in May. I paid him in May. I paid him more than what he worked, and I gave him extra to help him out with some stuff that he needed help with. So again, I don't get it. I don't get why you can't pick up a phone and call and text anything rather than come out here. And for what? Like, what do you gain by that? Like, if I'm somebody that wants to do something and I'm a fan of your work, but now I'm like, oh, I got to worry about this guy, going on and talking shit. And it was totally avoidable. It really was. It could have been worked out. But the reality of it is you left as usual without communicating anything. I had to treat him with kid gloves. How we doing, buddy? How's it going? Because at any point, this guy could have ran off with our show and we're done. You got to remember, at that time, Uncle Rico was the only thing getting views. That was it.
Yeah.
So, that was everything to us. And for him to just leave and we're just like, well, now what do we do? And now Joe's got to run and start cutting up stuff, which wasn't the deal when Joe got here.
Wait a minute, Laney.
Shuli, pay Bob with Kevin knows him.
I like your point, yeah. Who is Laney? Put Laney up. Bottom line is, read it.
Bottom line is, a job is a job. You don't like the terms, and you give your 2 weeks and you leave. You don't just show up and then complain to others.
Not show up and then complain.
Either one. StutJo Depot admitted that he no-showed for one of Levy's shows. He admitted he was wrong. Hope you don't poop on him.
One of mine.
Listen, he should be cordial. Nobody here fucking treated him badly. Nobody here shit on him. Nobody here shit on his work.
No.
Nobody went on shows talking about him. None of you knew he was gone until he started popping up.
Wait, hold on a second. And do you need to give it to?
No, you don't. You don't. I'm not asking for 2 weeks. Just let me know. Hey, I'm not into it anymore, or whatever. But I had to. I
want to see other shows.
I had to track him down at one point to find out he was working with family somewhere else on a different project. And I'm like, okay, I have to come to you to find out. You pinched the. No, I did. I actually.
No, he
heard-
mentioned this. I forgot about this, but he mentioned this on the show that you blamed him for the posters.
I said the words came out of my mouth. The posters are my fault. How did I blame him for the posters?
What's the rub with Pat Dixon? Nick Cage says.
Hold on, one thing at a time.
We got a
Bob.
long show.
Bob, like let me fucking get through one thing.
Okay.
Just because you're bored by it doesn't mean
I'm not bored by it. I find it amazing. I find this world amazing that
no shit.
If this happened in regular, because this isn't regular life.
No.
This is not this. If any of this happened in regular life,
that's not true. I did
down.
I did work for Macaroni Grill for a little while, and I was not happy. And let me tell you something. When I got a job at the Olive Garden, boy, I shit talked that Macaroni Grill in that kitchen. I'll tell you that. Recently, you said something about the posters were supposed to be done by some. Yeah, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was a different guy that was in charge of distributing the posters to the people who didn't get them. And he left. And so then we had to go and figure all that out. So there you go. That was that. So it wasn't StutJo. Shuli sent me a poster tube and demanded more money for the poster. Now that is true. And that is true. That's my favorite. Bigger claim was you shorted him and didn't make good. Okay, well, again, when you leave your job, he left. Let's say he left in May, right? I would say
after Pottstown.
Right after Pottstown. I would say he worked a week of May. I paid him half his pay plus an extra amount for help with something else that he needed. So I paid him more than he worked for that month. So if that makes me an asshole, then I'm guilty. I don't know what to tell you. There's another thing here. Shuli sent me 15 posters. Go. This guy didn't even go to Pottstown. The whole system is screwed.
And you'll get a gifted membership if you've never been here. It just shows up.
Look at this, Robbie Rob. Can't get my membership renewed till tomorrow. You don't know how much it sucks not being able to watch everything. Well, you got to figure something out, man, because we're live tonight. Uncle Rico. The
For free, though.
Oh, yeah. Never mind, dude. You're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Unless we do the second half behind the wall. Then you're going to be in trouble.
Uh,
Aaron Brown became a YouTube member.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Mason in Portland. Uncle Rico tonight. Be sure to be more sneaky when watching PCL on your phone during the stream, Bob.
It's killing me.
It's going to be like Joe Rogan's Comedy Club. We're going to have Bob put his phone in a bag and lock it up so he can't use it. Happy birthday to our Queen Tiff. All hail the Queen. Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Been a happy Danny Brophy, been a happy subscriber for 6 months now. Love everything y'all do. I'm a daily listener and love you guys. Also a big fan of Discount Don, FKB, FST, FSJ. Skull to all the vampires and shirtless boys. Skull. FKB.
Oh, geez, fucking KB.
Some we can all
shit
agree
all
on.
over fucking Let me tell you something. He backed down. Just real quick. He backed down from every. He said you can't sign a fucking paper. All right. Oh, you can't sign a paper and maul each other. It's against the law. All right. I can't. All right. Let's just fucking put it on the fucking table right now.
If you guys, I believe.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying let's put it on the fucking table now. Let's fucking right now. I'm calling you out. The fucking game. Tic-tac-toe. I would take the X if it, I'm letting him go first. I'm letting him go fucking first.
You're letting him
He
go
can go
first?
I would have put the X here. Okay.
Bob, calm down. Calm down.
If
Calm
I would have put
down.
the fucking X here. You know damn well the X goes in the fucking middle, and nobody ever takes O to put the fucking to put it in the fucking middle. So fuck you. You take your pick. Let's fucking go. Okay.
Joe, we need a dump button. We need a dump button. We got I do not condone this. I did not know this was happening before the show. Bob did not check with me. I want, if there's any small children, leave the room. This is what the hell's happening. Is shit's getting real. That's what's happening.
I'm just saying, look, if I would have went first, I would have put the X there. That makes me in the lead. Okay. I don't play like that. Wow. He can go first. Okay.
Wow.
No, we're not fucking playing checkers, okay? Terry Nee.
You're playing 4-dimensional tic-tac-toe. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. I don't know where to go with this. Don't know. This is so anywho. Yeah, see, look, you got to give it to that's different. He made nothing into something. I'm amazed. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. And we couldn't have done it without the team, without effort from everybody, including StutJo.
Exactly. When I hear back at like this stuff, I would say this could have easily been worked out in a second, because whenever anybody has a trouble, it seems people jump in or whatever, or you just know if somebody says something, you're like, oh, this, that, whatever.
But let's look at it this way. Right? Look at this world we're in, right? People are more okay with doing things this way, and then when we get on the phone and work something out with Chad, for example, now we're the biggest assholes walking around. Like, people are mad that we actually make the effort to get on the phone and talk to somebody. They would rather it go down this way. I get it.
It's like that's the way you do it. It's back and forth, but whatever, it's whatever.
Like, I get that you guys are entertained by it, but there comes a point where it's like, rather than shit on me and shit on a sponsor that helped pay for equipment that he's using to shit on me. Why not just pick up a phone?
It doesn't work like that on the internet. It doesn't. It doesn't. This is like something. Any of this stuff can never be out there on a regular job and a regular hanging out with people. It just
Chad will likely blow up in your face. Guess what?
Good.
StutJo, I did nothing wrong in that. I did nothing wrong in that. If it was anybody else and he pulled that shit, pulling the archive and leaving the channel, that's like holding shit hostage.
Yeah.
That's like if anybody else would have been, they probably would have fucking thrown him out right then and there. And I realized, okay, so the guy isn't great at communicating. I can work with this. Let me work with this. How long was he with me after that? He was with me after that for months. So it is what it is. If that's the way he needed to do it, then I hope you got out of it what you needed, brother. I really do. It's a shame it had to go that way. And feel free to pick up the phone anytime.
Wait a minute, he's on Phil Donahue at 4.
And remember, I didn't have the problem with you. You had the problem with me. So it's not about me picking up the phone and calling you. That's all I did. That's all I did was run and make sure everything was okay. So,
well, whenever you have a problem with a boss, you got to let them know what the problem is. How's it supposed to get fixed?
Yeah.
By the way, I have a problem.
Shuli Show. The Shuli Show doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Just take a stick to that frog. Will do.
What? You know what? They're cutting a tree down. Hold on. Shut the fuck up.
What's going on in that house?
At least be like Cher and come back in different outfits.
Right.
Make it interesting for me while I'm sitting here. Levy made in 1962. Great year for a legend. Ronnie Munn, Erection. Thank you, buddy. $1.99. Can Bob please tell us why Elisa Jordana's face is looking more and more like Lou Ferrigno every day? Troll conspiracy.
Well, I could tell. I think she's up for the Hulk role in the next Marvel movie.
So you didn't need Bob to answer that.
Yeah.
If I can put gas on the fire, is it true StutJo was more of a craftsman than an assembly line? Throw it all at the wall, Joe. Fight. No, I'm not getting into anybody's work and how they did what they did. It's like, as long as the burgers get made, that's all that matters. I love.
Who cares how many times they fall off the grill onto the floor?
I love that. Pay StutJo.
Yeah, send them the link. What the fuck?
He would have been paid had he reached out to me. So now, after all this, now you want me to go and write the guy a check and be like,
for weeks that he didn't work.
That's the other thing. He didn't He didn't leave the way he said he left. I'm sorry. I paid him.
Pottstown was May 13th. That's half a month. Not even really.
Sit.
KB will pay StutJo, so it's not a problem. Please, he might as well start paying somebody. He certainly ain't paying Ray or Bob. Yeah,
How much money did he-
that's
I
the
just got-
funniest thing. KB
How much money
will
you think
pay
he lost in fucking Atlantic City that he's doing like 7 days a week at least now?
Of course he's doing 7 days a week. Do 8, do 9. Go nuts. Producer Joe needs to know when to keep his mouth shut and be a good employee. He is a good employee.
That's why I'm the one that's still
Shut up. He's
here.
right. Shut up. Be quiet. He's
You're
right.
way
Mouth
ahead.
shut.
Reels.
1, 2,
Joe,
3.
hey.
Suck my dick.
I swallow cum.
Thank me.
I thought of a funny bit for Joe, because he wants to do his own show. And I want to make sure. Thank you, Kenneth, for gifting a membership, buddy. And I want to put him through a training course of like, we're trolls. We give him shit, and he has to remain calm on the air. And if he loses it, then we go back to square one.
I like it.
Right. So once we pass a certain number of days with him keeping his cool, then the frog show will begin.
So we call this Troll Patrol.
Troll Patrol. I like that. Look at this guy's brain. Look at how it works.
Boom.
Yeah, it works.
Send him a link.
Send him a link. Send them a link.
StutJo a link. Very good. Whatnot. Jason.
I took my son to Ghost last night, his first show too, when Amon Amarth yelled skull last night. Were you laughing like I have on video, not only am I laughing, but I do a John, I go skill after he did. But yeah, it's great. They were fucking great last night, and that was my first time seeing Ghost, and they are something else.
What, they yelled skull?
Yeah, so they're a Viking metal band from Sweden. And so they actually have a reason to yell skull. They drink out of horns. They got sword fights on stage and axe battles and it's wild, man. Like most metal shows, they have a mosh pit. So their fans, instead of a mosh pit, they all sit down and they start rowing like they're on a ship. And there's one guy in the middle. It's like, yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I mean, but my kid loved it, and yeah. R.I.P. Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. Yes.
It's amazing.
Shuli, serious question about memberships. If you have time, which is more lucrative for you guys, 5 on YouTube or Patreon? I think it's the same split.
It's just about, but like, look, Patreon, if you like Patreon, get it on Patreon,
Yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever works for you guys, man. I know some people.
Whatever tickles your balls.
Some people are more comfortable with Patreon. Is there a discount code for Rustic Cuts? Not yet. They're revamping the website. That's why I haven't really promoted anything with codes. There's a whole new thing coming out for Rustic Cuts, so stay tuned. I mean, look, you could still feel free to order, but there's no code for us for the show yet. Will you pay interest to StutJo? But seriously, I think he was taking your word when he was told he'll get the rest on the first. How can I tell him I'll get you the rest on the first when he stops coming to work? What don't you understand? What don't you understand? He knows there's a job to do here. I don't have to call people up and go, do you guys at your job, does your boss call you the night before and go, don't forget to come into work tomorrow? Does he call you day of and go, hey, it's work today, don't forget, hop on in? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, what you guys aren't getting. It didn't end the way he says it did. It just didn't. And it's not the first time he did that.
No, I remember there was a lot of scrambling to get somebody to do the stuff we need to get done for the shows.
Yes. Monty became a YouTube member. Thank you, Monty. You're always welcome here, sir. What about not booking the Airbnb? He said the last payment you would send him was you would send him more when the Patreon money came. He said he did 38 shows. Since when? Since when?
A month?
Yeah, nobody out of the coffin. All those shows would run just fine. Nobody demanded he be backstage for those shows.
Well, okay,
Nobody.
that's one. Okay, one thing. Like I don't know because I come here and people are here. I don't say why you here. I don't. It's none of my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bob. Nobody thinks you're behind all of this. Believe me.
No, but
Everybody
I'm just
knows.
trying to figure out. He said that everybody was supposed to come on every show.
No.
I don't remember that. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's not a fire alarm. We don't all slide down this pole when a show goes live. Like,
I mean, how do you think that looks like to somebody like me? It's like we got 4 or 5 guys for fucking I'm gonna talk. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I never understood that part of it.
Well, there was never 7 guys there. It was.
They were always every show. There was before every show. There's like fucking 4 producers at least in there.
Oh, you're saying before we go live and stuff, and everybody's back.
Yes, like
Yeah.
it was like, but he said he had to be there for every show. I don't think that was that thing, but everybody seemed to be here.
No.
That's
Yeah,
what
because
I'm trying to
everyone
ask.
wanted to be.
At that point, everybody was enjoying themselves. They liked our humor. They liked us. But things change rather quickly. I don't know what to tell you.
And he did have time off after his kid was born, right?
100%.
Got paid.
Send Captain Stubing the link. Yeah.
Well, he was here too, because I remember we were doing the jokes. He was here, and then he'd go in and out.
Yeah.
Like,
This will be.
I seen him. I know I did.
Yeah, the tic-tac-toe threat. Yeah, I hope Kevin doesn't play it. I don't want that getting out. That was ugly. Levy versus KV equals 2 old men breathing hard and clutching their chest. I was going to say we should set up a fight, and whoever actually shows up to it is the winner of the fight. I think that's the way we should do it.
So it's a draw.
Are we being worked? Tic-tac? Shh, come on. Don't even bring it up. Don't even bring it.
You try me on this fucking game.
I got people trying to
You
take
go
us down.
first.
Hungry Hippos, KV versus Bob, both sleeveless. I like that, as long as we can see some guns. So Bob puts his ex in the corner first when playing tic-tac-toe. Interesting strategy, Bob. No wonder you got the wrong fence.
Listen, I put it in the middle. Nobody said that. I said the middle. Everybody takes the fucking middle, and nobody ever has an O in the middle. You always take the X too.
Those trees grow back quickly, says Terry.
No, you don't understand, you fucking bird. Put him back. Put that fucking evil-eyed fucking bird back in front of me. Put him back.
Speaking on behalf of Bob, who's shot.
Put him back.
I am looking for it.
Can we not do Monday night show as Perry is live at 7 and he needs to be excused from class?
Okay. The trees grow back. Now, what happened? There was a storm. Okay. And there was a big
telling
tree.
A story. He's put me to bed. Go ahead.
Once upon a time.
There was a big tree that was supposed to that fucking cracked on top, and it was ready to fall down and take out all the lines of my elderly neighbor.
Wow.
And that's older than me.
Yeah,
And
but
I
I was
have
gonna
someone
say,
there. I have the town here to cut it. They're up there now because they can't
The
deal
whole
with wild.
town? The whole town's there?
The whole town is out there celebrating.
Well, if there's
On my
any
dirt
burglars
road.
in Deptford, this would be the time to break into some houses.
I can't wait. The elderly neighbor's watching right now going, he's calling me elderly? That fuck? He's telling me I'm old?
He's such a cool dude. Man.
Yeah.
What's his name, Bob?
Neighbor
What?
guy.
What's
Tony.
his first name? Okay.
Tony, don't fucking worry.
Come on. What are you talking about? Thank you, Terry. So Joe docks himself to show the old guys TSN what happens when he doesn't get paid.
So, Joe, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Speaking on behalf of Bob, who's shy, can we not do? Yeah, we read that one. And no, we're doing Monday tonight. More music metal talk for Shuli. Any thoughts on the newest Mr. Bungle lineup with Scotty and Dave Lombardo? I love both those guys.
Yeah, we'll see.
Love Anthrax. Love, yeah. If he came on this, would get solved easily. I got news for you. It could have been solved easily with a text or a phone call. Even easier. Wouldn't have to send him a link.
He has the link though, just like he did last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come
And
on,
it's just like,
buddy. Come on home.
oh, and what did he say? I threatened to dox him or something? I didn't threaten to dox you. I find it ironic, may not be the word. I find it interesting that you so value what this community thinks and gets behind you, wants to support you, but yet you're afraid to reveal any part of your personal life to this community. Why? If it's filled with such great people, what are you worried about?
Did you send?
I know what you
hold on.
worried. No, hold on. I know what you're worried about. I've been swatted 3 fucking times. Okay, my number's all over the net. My wife gets texts. My wife gets phone numbers. That's why when you left, buddy, I didn't say a fucking word to anybody. That's why I've always tried to look out for all of us. But somehow, you know, I'm a cunt, so I'll take it. Wrestling needs their heels. I'll be one. Fine. Admit you're slightly hard to communicate with. On what level, Jared? On what level?
Fucking guy won't shut up.
One day you're a fan, the next day you want to skin me alive. So I find it rather baffling that you are claiming I'm tough to communicate with. I'm not at all. I really ask any of these guys. Ask them. Unless there's something I don't see. But you're telling me this strikes fear in people? That's what you're going to tell me? This makes people afraid to say what's on their mind? This accountant from hell? We know Bob is the secret mastermind. Shuli's the lightning rod of hate, but for Bob's plans, schemes, and scams. Pool scam, fence scam, tic-tac-toe scam, Chad scam, all the scams. It's all Bob.
Come on.
He's right.
Come on. You want to go first?
Oh, shit. Hangman next, bitch. Don't make me do it.
Did you send Matarese the link?
Elderly neighbor, his birthday is 6 weeks before Bob.
Shut the fuck. What do you know? You're an aging dog laying on a lawn, and you don't even know what you're talking about. This guy had a life more crazy than anyone.
Yeah, look, Prince brings up a good point. Shuli read your non-super chat. He is very easy to communicate with. Easiest Jew in the business to get a hold of. Thank you. It was free. I should have never read that.
God damn it.
Idiot I am. Nice spray tan, Mike. Yeah, wait with you? What do you got? A
Dave Staffel?
No, it's just the lighting. I don't know. Let me.
Got a
let me
beauty
try.
pageant.
Wait a minute. What happened to our friend Vince?
I don't know. It's but he's using the guy. I don't know what the guy's name out there. Ghost puts on a great show. Had the pleasure of seeing them live last year. Clearly inspired by Kiss. Yeah, they were because I thought they were metal, but they're more of a rock band, and they're good. I like that. Joe, do not isolate the audio of Shuli just calling himself a cunt. That would be rude. God damn it, Scalzo. These fucking people listen too closely sometimes. Oh shit! Day 8, y'all. Day 8.
Oh, girl, how much you lose there? How much you lose in the
What
city
the
of Atlantic?
hell? Dave Daffler.
20.
Wow.
Grab a couple big ones.
All right. Well, you just hold on before we do it. Hold on. It just reminded me of something that I want to implement in the show.
Wait, Cameron Brennan, isn't Bob half Jewish? Only the good half.
Man, where is this? Can you guys find that dude was on Twitter that he was doing that NPC thing, and he had like somebody kept giving him hot dogs, and he had like over 100. So he went into super hot dog mode. See if you can find that. When you do, bring it up because I want us to start doing that on here. All right, Dave Daffler, 20 memberships. Let's go. Come on.
Suck my dick.
I swallow cum.
Thank me.
Am I here?
Yeah. So that takes care of that front. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I guess Vince. I don't want to. I don't want to put the the dude's business out there. But I guess Vince is now involved in this. Now he watched the episode, so he's gonna give his take on which I'm thrilled.
I just seen his name pop up.
I'm thrilled
Vince.
about. Can't wait to hear what a piece of shit I am.
Hope you like pizza.
Yeah.
So what time is it again?
Take your pick of shows that are going to be calling me a piece of shit today. This is what I think we should start doing for like maybe 50 and 100 gifted subs. Check this out.
Think of the ice cream. Ice cream, so good. Think of the ice cream. Think of the heart me. I heart you too. Think of the glizzies. 100 glizzies entering glizzy overdrive.
Here we go.
Increasing grip by 7%. We are locked in. Thank you for over 160 glizzies entering glizzy overdrive.
Can we do glizzy overdrive for like 100 gifted subs? First thing I noticed in that video, no wedding ring, believe it or not. Nothing on his finger, so that dude's available. And then I just picture a woman in the other room making a noose and just throwing it over a rafter. This is what I'm stuck with. We are doomed as a society. Yeah, that guy made $1.80 doing that.
Wow.
For 100 hot dogs plus, I think. So I mean, there's no stopping the guy.
He's got good form.
Remember that chick with the like white hair or whatever? The like you know, the only cute one, really.
Yeah.
She was screaming the other day, "I'm suing Google." She said, "I'm suing Google," because apparently she didn't understand that people can get your content from your OnlyFans page and then leak it all over the internet, which people apparently she did porn and stuff on her OnlyFans. Well, I guess that's not shocking if you got an OnlyFans, but yeah, she did porn and somebody went in there and hacked her shit, and now she's threatening to sue Google. So, which is pretty. And in the middle of sue, she's like, "I'm gonna sue you. Thank you for the cowboy hat." You know, and she's like threatening them. Popcorn. I'll see you in court, motherfucker. So that's the latest craze, the NPC craze. That's already done. It's already gone. Everybody's over it already.
Thank God.
Nobody gives a shit anymore. It came and went. That was like what are the fucking
fidget spinners?
Yeah, those fucking things. I remember people running around Astoria. You got fidget spinners? You got this one kid showed up. I go to pick up my kid from school. This one kid's like, "This one's got Bluetooth on it." He's like spinning it and it's playing music through a speaker in it. So
it's like planking too. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes. Levy's playing Chinese checkers versus the man in the mirror and losing. Boom. Fucking lit you up, dog.
Oof.
Oof.
No wonder I can't sleep at night.
I did find an article. Maybe we can go through the ways to help you find a little rest. Do you have that, guys?
Who needs rest? Bob
can't sleep.
I need rest.
Yeah, you need rest. You said you slept for an hour. Here's 15.
I slept for an
ways
hour
to
because I
sleep
had a
better.
lot of things to do, and I was a little.
What were you doing
under
at
the
4 in the
weather.
morning?
I was watching the end of a fucking
you don't have to do
Dateline
that.
fucking murder.
But you
A
need to
girl
sleep, Bob.
In
At
New
your age,
Jersey was
sleep is
thrown
very
off a
important.
bridge. The guy said he murdered her to his friend, and they were going to make a movie about it. And boom, you're going to jail with your friend.
All right, but now you're going to be sleepy all day.
No, I'm not. I'm nonstop shit today. I got to do.
Oh, you'll be.
I got a fucking eye doctor.
Can we
appointment,
mark
too,
this for when
after
he
I
comes
go
on?
fucking get my
Uncle
X.
Rico
I'm
tonight?
talking, Joe, Mike. Holy shit!
Yeah,
it's
not
like
sleeping
fucking
has
How did I get
rubbing
dragged
on
into this?
everybody.
Yeah.
I have an eye doctor. I'm going to get new glasses, 2 kinds, and because 2 is better than 1, and that makes my glasses better than the rest. Remember that.
What 2 glasses are you getting?
I'm going to get sunglasses that are prescription, and I'm going to get regular ones.
Shot glasses. Did you guys know that there was a Miss Hitler beauty pageant recently?
A what?
No, I did not.
A Miss Hitler beauty pageant.
So did they just shave like the mustache down there? Was that
Right.
that it?
Everybody's got a Hitler mustache down there.
Yeah.
So this one, Miss Aryan Angel of Oxford wins Miss Hitler beauty pageant.
Congratulations.
So a 42-year-old mother from Oxfordshire, England, has been exposed by the Simon Wiesenthal Center. They really got to change the last. I know he's a historic guy and everything, but Wiesenthal is not helping our cause. All right. As the winner of an online Miss Hitler beauty pageant, according to a report by British news site and radio station LBC. The woman, Sarah Mountford, see if you can find any pictures of Miss Hitler, please, or the pageant itself. I'd love to see, And now it's time for the swimsuit competition. Everything's screaming. The woman, Sarah Mountford, entered the competition run by the Russian social media site Vkontakte under the pseudonym Miss Aryan Angel. How'd that work out? And was a member of the far-right group Britain First. The site encourages its users to use pseudonyms in the competition. Yeah,
Aryan Angel. My neighbor across the street has them take care of their aging mother. Aryan Angel.
They're really good company, Aryan Angel. They'll put your mind at ease. Really.
Time for a shower. No.
Hey, Shuli?
Yeah.
There's no pictures of her that don't have like imagery I'd rather not show,
Really? Can we block the imagery?
Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, because I want to give her props. I mean, she should be. I mean, isn't that crazy? Everywhere else they can post this shit of her on stage with like a swastika, and we put it up, and we get in trouble for it.
I just put in Discord there's a Daily Mail article.
See, there you go. Michael always find the Nazi bitches. I've known that about him for years.
Things.
Bob named it the Shuli Network, calling it Bob's Secret Intelligent Network was too obvious, as if we would believe butter straw was an idea and not a false flag op. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say it can't be hard to win a Hitler beauty pageant. You just got to show up with a few teeth, under 300 pounds,
blonde. You have to be
and
blonde.
as close to blonde hair as you can get. Right. It's platinum.
Vindictor said she has compound media tattoos.
She's got a big wet spot tattoo right on her neck. I love it. She's got compound tattoos. Channel warning. Yeah, babe. I'm trying to protect people. This is important. She looks mean. You think so?
Yeah.
You think people who hate all races other than white usually are not easy to get along with. So I would say that's a pretty good assessment.
Yeah.
Mike, stop with the sleep thing. Everybody's brain works different because of my ADHD. I need to listen to something to fall asleep.
Exactly.
Maybe Bob does too.
But he didn't.
Prince.
He was up.
No, but he
I
didn't.
was listening. We go to sleep with the fucking TV on every night. You don't know what you're talking about. Just shut your fucking mouth.
Because you've
and stay where
trained
you are
yourself
in
not to be able
Jersey.
to fall asleep unless it's on.
No, because if he doesn't have the TV on, then he falls asleep listening to Gina going, "Stop talking to me. I'm trying to sleep. I have to get up."
No, I don't talk to her anymore.
Wow, you guys
Maybe
stop
needs
talking
another
well.
5 energy. What do I need a 5 energy? I'm fucking wide awake. I got an hour's sleep, and I'm still waking up more than you. So shut the fuck up.
You guys stop talking to each other while one's unconscious. That's a big step.
Right.
That's a big step. Levy needs 5-hour energy ASAP. I think he's doing good today.
I'm fucking fine.
I think respect to you, Shuli, for addressing the situation right out the gate of the show. No problem. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to let him have his thing because I even feel bad going back and going through all this. It none of this needed to be out there. It really didn't. And it wasn't my goal. That's why we didn't mention you for 5 months. Not because we hated what you did. It's not because we don't like you. It's not even for the way you left. Out of respect
Okay,
to
Joe
you.
Matarese does not have the link.
He does, but I'll send it again.
See how
he's not
how
ready.
fucking
He's not ready. You see, he should have just
snarky
said,
he is.
"I'll resend it, sir,"
Very
like
cocky.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
What did he say? Actually, what did he just say?
he goes, "He does, but I'll resend it."
Yeah, I'll be.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Why don't you just say
oh.
you're a cunt?
Right. It's just
That
like,
is, unless of course Bob gave me the wrong email address.
I copied and pasted it from him.
get mad at copy and paste, not me.
Yeah, I'm suing copy and paste.
Copy and paste owes me money. If someone leaves, they need to move on and shut. I mean, look, I'm not saying that's what they need to do. They can. There's jobs that I've left that I've moved on from. There's jobs that I've done interviews for Vice about, that I left.
How'd that go?
It went really well. I kind of went in there with that Rickles mentality of like, these 5-6 people, I'm just gonna make them laugh while I'm here, and that didn't work. But the interview itself was good. No, I had a good time. They're very nice there. I'm interested to see how it comes out, what comes out. I wasn't there shitting on Howard. I was actually very complimentary of him, but I was also honest about things as well. So I'm curious to see, what transpires from that. Because at one point they did try the whole, the Whack Pack are being exploited. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I've seen Beetlejuice's life without the show. And I've seen it with the show. And trust me when I tell you, the show is a lifesaver for Beetlejuice and many others. High Pitch wouldn't be getting, thousands of dollars a year on thousands of dollars a year on Cameo if he wasn't beloved from the show.
Right.
Check out Vince's show later today, guys. On what is it? Vince
Dave
Malloy.
Daffler, $5. Happy birthday at Tiff.
Happy birthday. Bob, please move closer to the camera for me. Thank you.
You have it, Ronnie Munn Jr., a.k.a. Eric Sean.
All right. There's that energy we were waiting for.
Bob stopped smoking 10 hours ago, already saved $300.
It's pretty amazing.
I build military models as a hobby, and some don't give you swastika decals for German vehicles. Are model builders really that? Yeah, no shit. And you're building something according to its authenticity. So you should have that. It's like the General Lee. The General Lee without the flag on it is not the General Lee. I'm sorry. It's just not. That's not my General Lee. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's weird, man. And meanwhile, you can buy a swastika thing off of Amazon, right? Like, I think you can buy a Nazi flag off of there, I'm sure.
I just ordered 3.
Yeah, so there you go.
Did you send the link again?
Can you look at your text messages, please, Bob?
What is all this work? What does this mean? What is this?
What is it?
Oh, I see.
What is
Jesus.
it? You
I
couldn't
gave
put
him
everything
my
in
phone
one
number
fucking...
and said text Matarese my number so I can just text him the link.
Okay.
You should next time just ask Bob to give you Matarese's number.
Yeah.
Because now this is going to take 27 minutes.
Text.
No, he's right here.
Joe.
He's here. There he is. JoJo.
How'd you get here if you weren't here?
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Letterman, Comedy Central, you name it, Joe Matarese.
How's my audio? Is it on?
It is
Yeah.
on.
That's close
It is on.
enough. How are you doing, Joe?
Nice.
Hey, Joe.
Joe,
Nice.
Joe, you remember in Vegas at the Luxor with Artie? I gave all your credits, and then I went to introduce you, and I blanked on your name. I gave all the credits, and then I just blanked, and you were standing on the side of the stage, and I shuffled over to you, and I looked at you, and I go, what? And I'll never forget. You go, are you fucking kidding me? We've done 3 shows. Yeah.
That's what's good about having a weird name like Shuli. You don't forget it, you know.
Yeah. How you been, buddy? Long time no see.
I've been good. I was preparing myself all morning for Kevin Brennan, and he's not even here. All right.
Yeah, no, this is a very relaxed and chill show over here.
This is another show that talks about Shuli, Bob, and Mike all day.
Right, yeah.
You guys are kind.
Well, hold on. We have gifted 5 memberships from Brian K. Thank you, Brian. Let's go. Gifted.
Suck my dick.
I swallow cum.
Thank me.
Really, Deuce Payer?
Joe, it's a tradition. I mean, we're gonna have to throw you off if you don't jerk
It's like
off.
Thanksgiving if you don't understand the show.
We have standards here. The audience expects stuff, and so they're gifting 5 memberships to see their heroes jerk off 2 imaginary dicks to their face. So let's not let the people down, Joe. All right, please. So what's new with Joe Matarese, brother? I haven't talked to you in a minute. You still doing the podcast? What's going on?
Nope, I haven't done a podcast in a while.
Why is it too toxic?
I don't know. It's funny. I recorded a pilot for a new podcast yesterday, and I'm already like, do I want to do this, or is that airable?
Now, what makes you think it's now? Are you saying it's not airable just because you don't feel like it's good, or are you saying things in there that maybe you don't want out there?
That part.
So, well, I mean, you've been an open book for quite some time. So, like, what are you saying that you're
Mike's
like?
been an open mic.
So, what are you worried about that you said?
You guys are podcasters, so you'll get it. It's not even what people would think. It was like, it's like a catch-22. Like, you're saying interesting stuff when you know it's going to piss somebody off. So, my co-host was like, "Oh, I know this is going to be gold. Tell it." And then after I told it, I'm like, "All right, my mom's going to be pissed at me if she hears it. My wife's going to be pissed at me if she hears this, and other family members that a couple of the stories were about." So I'm like, one, you can just put it out there and go, they're not going to hear it. But then, like, I was also like, I play on this baseball team on Sunday mornings. I've been playing. This summer's been the first time I've ever. It's like an over 45 men's baseball league.
Jesus Christ!
I didn't think it was under. Believe me, I didn't think it was under.
We first started playing hardball over 30. Now it's over 40, and it's like it just keeps going. It's like just sit in a chair and go up to plate. You know, go to the plate, you're just sitting down and hitting the ball. It's like stop it, Joe. It's got to end.
It's over. It's over. Nobody's drafting you. Nobody's starting up a league with guys with back.
When we did the 30 and over baseball thing, the first time up, I hit a ball way out there. I pulled both hamstrings going on. I got a double, and I was out for 4 weeks. It's not worth it. Ask Eric McMahon. It was the funniest thing. I went to with dress clothes on from a show the night before. They go, you can't put you in like this. And I was like, well, what am I here for?
Up to bat, Arthur Fonzarelli. He walks up in a leather jacket.
Yeah, hold my cigarette. I got to go back.
Yeah, a long
when
leather
you're playing
coat on.
against a guy that was in the farm league of like a fucking team, and it's like 8 in the morning, and you're fucking hung, and this guy's throwing, probably in the 80s,
Right?
It's like, what the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, somebody throwing 60 is frightening, especially if you're hungover, from the night before.
Well, that is all they throw. They all throw in the 60s. That made me want to do it was when I saw, I'm like, oh, these guys aren't like ringers. Everybody's like, there's guys on my team that are in their mid 60s.
Are
So
they?
I was like,
seasoned?
okay, I'm going to look like a ringer. You know?
Yeah,
And the funny thing is that the players are so old, all the coaches are dead. That's how old they're gonna be.
There's no base coaches. They died mid-game. That's hilarious.
I love the players are that old.
He had a stroke.
I love that the players are over 45. The manager goes out to argue. They got to build a ramp to wheel him out of the dugout to go argue a call. They go, Jesus Christ.
You guys just wrote me 5 new minutes. Thank you.
That's what friends do.
No,
The bad boy is 64.
Literally a Batman. He's walking out. He's got a fedora. He's like, top of the morning, gentlemen.
Well, the funny part in the podcast was the thing that doesn't change in sports from when you played Little League to all the way up here in your 50s and 60s playing is there's always inner turmoil, right? Everybody's fighting. Everybody, like, there's almost fist fights every week, and it's not against the other team. It's your own team, right?
Yeah,
right.
They're almost brawling every game. And these guys got together and said, oh, we want to start playing like it's the pros. So we're not going to like put you in if you stink, basically. We're going to be trying to win these games. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
And then, and not to pat I'm not like some great baseball player, but compared to some of these guys that can't win.
Yeah, you ain't no fucking 60-year-old, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm 50. I'm about to turn 56, so I'm old, but like, I don't know.
Oh, they must be so angry at Joe when he walks through the dugout. All the 60-year-olds are like, look at this young piece of shit walking around here. Like,
yeah, there is a guy on our team, and he's like, "Oh, you're so cool, Joe. You're cool."
Oh no,
no, like, your teeth are all rotted out.
Yeah. Just remember, whenever you get down or depressed, just remember that guy thinks you're cool. So that's
So there was a guy they brought in after like the 6th inning to play right field for me, and then he switched to first baseman and switched to second baseman. We were up by 5 runs, and a couple of the guys on our team got pissed at me because I go, well, we're about to lose the game. And they're going, why are you being so negative? I go, because I've watched you guys 5 weeks in a row be up by 5, put in shitty guys, and then lose by 8. I go, why do you do that every week? And they're like, well, these guys come. I go, dude, we're old. If you let us bat, we're happy. I'm not playing the field. I just want to bat, right? I don't need to go stand in the sun. So they end up getting like 9 runs against us that inning, and they're all looking at me like, you jinxed us. I'm like, no, you're an idiot.
That's the best.
Baseball. So I said all this shit on that podcast, and I'm like, there's a guy on my team who stinks. And he came up to me when we were doing batting practice yesterday at the game, and he goes, who does all your social media? I really like it. I'm like, okay, this guy's he's gonna hear the podcast. He's on the social media. I'm like, oh fuck. Now how do you guys air shit where you're just shitting on people you know?
It's literally the backbone of this.
Only if it's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean,
not bragging. It's why I got divorced.
Yeah, I mean,
is it really?
It was a large factor.
Really?
Yeah, from the old miserable men back when.
I mean, you should do your podcast on the 70s and over channels. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I've told this story, but you know, Mike's ex was at the Christmas party for Stern one year, and my wife was there, and they got together. My wife told me this on the way home. She said, "Everything good with Mike and his wife?" And I go, "I don't know why." She said something very interesting to me. She said, if you she goes, if you want to stop laughing, marry a comedian. She told my wife.
That's funny. That's
great.
That's
great. I mean, it's funny for everybody but Mike.
Yeah,
you know, because you know, but yeah, that was.
Well, it's like every week I'd come in every Sunday with a marital fight of the week, and we would dissect what the fight was. So yeah, shit like that.
It was a great segment. It was a great segment. Yeah,
it's a great segment.
It was, because he always had a fight, and this guy, not only would he come with a fight story, but he'd write a song parody about it in the laundry, hiding in his laundry room, away from his family, his wife, making these dumb fucking song parodies, and then
With
bringing
a
all the
skirt
songs
on.
in that. Yeah.
My favorite fight we had, is one I remember, is over forks, because it was a certain type of fork. We had two different kinds of forks, and it was one I liked better, and so I changed the one that she had given me for dinner, and she went nuts about why can't you use that one? It's like, well, I like this one better. So we fought for like a half hour over a fork.
It's ridiculous. Me and my wife once got into a fight over who was better, Jay-Z or Nas. Two of the whitest people you've ever seen arguing about lyrically who's stronger. Joe treated my wife and I to Artie Lang in concert at Gibson Amphitheater many years ago. Very kind and generous fellow. That's from Max.
I'm so old. I have
Gibson.
no idea what the Gibson Amphitheater is.
Was that the one that was 5,000 seaters?
Where is that?
In LA. I remember doing a show with Artie, Fitzsimmons, Nick DiPaolo. Were you on that one? It was
Artie, do you remember, or not Artie, I just called you, Bob, do you remember the show where in Long Island?
Yeah, I got to sleep, Joe. Okay. Doing Artie.
You remember? No, this is connected to what you're saying. Do you remember the show in Long Island where it was in the round? I forget what theater it was.
Westbury
He
Music Hall.
accidentally hired, it was literally like Bob, me, Greg Simmons, every guy, Alf. No, Mike.
No, it was Sal. It was a bunch of the Killers of Comedy and comics like Fitzsimmons and Joe and everybody. And it was like Woodstock.
Yeah, he accidentally hired us all by accident. He thought he only hired one guy to open for him, and he had 8.
No, I thought he hired me and you, and then all of a sudden people were showing up, and he goes, "I don't know."
No, they showed up because he told them to come get time. He told them you're on the show. They didn't,
Yeah. And then he sent me home. I remember he's like, I'm sorry. Come tomorrow night. You can open. I messed up tonight. And then we had to all leave. And he kept like 2 of them. It was hilarious. That literally felt like I was on a baseball league. I got cut. I got cut from the fucking Artie show.
Artie went out with his hand and said, "Hand me the mic," and he put the mic in his hand, and Joe just walked off.
Yeah. It's so mean. It's so mean to make fun of Artie, but it's like those days.
No, we're making fun of you. No.
Yeah.
No, Artie was one of the kindest people. Like he could never say no to anybody. He would never say no to anybody.
No.
And you would show there, and it's like, what are you doing here? And they're like, yeah, you put me on the show. Really? Levy, put him in the lineup.
Yeah, he would just have guys do 2 minutes because he'd accidentally like hire 2. He'd do 90 seconds.
Here's when I had a pretty good idea that Artie might be high. Is we were doing a show somewhere, and I went out to host it. And they literally booed me from the second I took the mic out of the mic stand to when I put it back. And I forget who I introduced first. Might have been Florentine or you or so. And I walk off stage, and Artie's sitting there in his green room with the headphones on. He doesn't even have one off, right? He's got the show up in the monitor, and he goes, "Sure." He goes, "You did great. I want you to host all my shows." And I just remember going, this guy watched none of what just happened on stage. I don't know what planet he's on, but the last thing I thought I would get after that is a full-time gig offer.
That would be a really funny like ongoing thing in like one of those shows like Crashing that was all about stand-up comedians. How many comedians have a story of a drunken high comedian saying you're going to work for me, and then you never hear from the guy ever again?
No.
Right. Tracy Morgan used to be the king of going, "You gotta come on the road." He would just say that, "I'll put you on the road, Matarese," and then you're like, "You don't even have my phone number, dude."
Right. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Oh my god. Don't mess with don't mess with mattresses. Frog.
What's that
He's
mean?
your patch. People like to there's a lot of sleeper cells out there, and people write messages to activate them and wake them up, Manchurian style. So we're not sure what everything means. Wendy wins Lieberman's Ladies Beauty Contest. I don't know that one either. To quote the great Patrice O'Neill, I like to do business with middle rank Jews. Everything clear and settled in advance. Guy's a genius. Joey C wants to work in the old geezer's dugout. Thank you, Barrister, for the $2.
Just got that.
Pine
Tar and Ben Gay.
That's a good one.
Dude, there's so many guys rubbing different ointments on their body in our games. It's so fun. There's like a jug of Advil just sitting on
just popping them.
Salvatore M, $5. Why do New Jersey and PA WAPs call it gravy? You realize the rest of us make fun of you for saying that. We are literally laughing behind your backs. Gavon.
Which is spelled with a G for the record.
I know. I said it right. You spelled it wrong, just so you know.
Gavon.
Gal, like a fucking Gavon.
God.
So
you guys have been on this podcast for an hour and 26 minutes so far?
Yeah.
No, actually 3 weeks and
well, yeah. I mean, if you count it from the beginning, yes. But no, we've been on. We do about 2 hours.
Oh, you started an hour before I came on?
Yeah. We got because there's all this shit that you know nothing about that you're just gonna be like, huh? And it's gonna bore you.
Yeah.
It's a waste of our time.
Did they have a massage table at first base? If somebody gets there.
So what do you guys
Joe,
think?
you want to know
Should
what I'm getting?
Do I air that podcast and like worry about our right fielder going to punch me in the face at the next game, or what's your
Joe?
advice?
Do your podcast like you do at the game when you go up to the pitcher. There's one guy in the fucking team.
Just cover your mouth
over his mouth.
Yeah, just cover your mouth like you're taking them off. Just go.
Joe, you know what I got to do today? Get ready for this one soon. I have to get an X-ray. I have a what is it?
Hernia.
Well, I've had one of those for about 6 straight years. I just leave it there.
Yeah, he wants to know if the catcher position's available on your team. Bob wants to join now with the hernia. I think he'll fit right.
I could take my insides out and put it to look like the chest thing that a catcher wears.
Wait, so you still have your hernia and you haven't done anything?
What is going on with that? Why would you want to live like that?
Because it doesn't hurt. It's just there.
It does hurt a little. Where is
it? It doesn't hurt. It's just a bubble above my my dick.
That is your dick. I went there, Joe, and I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't hurt. You don't have a hernia. You just have a
little dick. Yeah. The doctor said, "Yeah, I can feel it sticking out a little bit." I go, "That's my dick."
Wow. Joe's stomach is ribbed for her pleasure.
It is. Look at this. This guy says it can explode and kill you, and that's from Bob's fake pool. So that guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh my God,
that's not me, Joe. Would I ever come on that on 10? Come on. No, but it's very uncomfortable. It's like I went in the pool last night, so it kind of goes back away, like it doesn't come out as far. But yeah, the lady touched it at the doctor's office. She goes, "Yeah, you need surgery." So I'm gonna go get surgery.
Well, if they tell you need it, my doctor said, you know what, you can leave that alone until it starts to bother you. Then you should get it removed. But if it doesn't hurt, it's fine.
Removed.
Are you like me? When a doctor says that, do you feel like you're the one bothering him and he just wants to get rid of you? And he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, it's fine, and you leave and he just goes, oh my God, last thing I need is have to talk to him pre-op and post-op. And
now I'm gonna burn a bridge with my doctor. I'm gonna shit on him on your podcast. Then
he's like, I never said anything like that to him. I'm a doctor. Why would I give him that kind of fucking info? And guess what? We're playing Joe's team next week, and I'm going to teach him a fucking lesson on the field.
Think about it.
I literally have a doctor right now. If you saw him, you wouldn't hire him. Like, that's how ridiculous looking he is.
Oh, believe me, I'd hire him. What's crazy is that the doctor is like going to a doctor at this age Like, how many mechanics do you know where you come in, you go, there's things making a knocking sound. He goes, you know what? It's probably nothing. Just go back home and it'll be fine. No mechanic does that. But doctors,
it's an 82 Civic. What are you going to do? They
like,
burn oil.
If a doctor's telling you don't worry about it, go home, that's a guy who really doesn't like you or money or work. I don't know. I feel like doctors should be the one that goes, you know what? Let's double check this and make sure it's nothing or whatever.
Wait a minute. This is weird. Bob's last smoke. I didn't know it was a female. Where'd it go? My husband's, you have husbands, had hernia surgery twice. So they had it once each?
No.
My husband's, like she has more than one.
Maybe
That's what the S is for.
Okay. All right.
Had hernia surgery twice.
Joe is growing a second tiny dick, says Josh from Jersey.
It's okay.
You got a lot of support here, Robbie. You were great on AGT.
Thank you.
It's the only complimentary one.
If it was a really big one and it looked disgusting to look at, I would get it fixed.
Like Bob's?
It's pretty minimal.
Mine is perfect. I'm still fine. Take yours out. Let me see it.
Are you going to show yours, Bob?
It's like right here.
I don't have anything here. Yeah, that's about, mine's a little low. No, mine's about, where you go?
Right on my body. I'm touching it.
Yours is higher than mine. Mine's a little lower, I think.
My dick is here. Here's the hernia.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
That's
whatever
not,
makes you feel good.
You almost show it so you can see pubes.
Yeah. I don't know if it's daytime. Nighttime we can show pubes on here. Daytime, they'll shut us down.
They'll shut you down for pubes.
You go shave real quick, Joe, and then come back and show us.
Oh, Mike, Mike doesn't stop with this stuff.
Can you go manscape and come back tomorrow and show us? Wow, big news in the Jake Hudson world. He is monetized on his YouTube channel. Go support our pal Jake. Give him money so we don't have to. Thank you.
Yeah.
Joy.
And Jake's a good dude. So just like help him out. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be crazy, just,
every little
him,
bit. Jake appreciates anything you send his way. He's a good egg, and I like
he
Jake.
is.
I'll be in there dropping some big bucks for you, pal. All right.
Yeah, Jake is doing our video clips of John from now on. We hired him.
Jesus fucking Christ, Joe. How long did you sleep in the tanning bed? That's doo-doo, baby.
Yeah, Joe, do you bathe in acid?
I got sunburned yesterday from playing baseball right here because I had sunglasses on. That's why.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
I have red hair.
No, the worst is he got sunglasses sunburned playing on a 45 and older baseball team. Like fantasy.
I guess the sun was hitting that bench pretty good, Joe.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Sandy Koufax refuses to hit the showers. That's right. That's right. It was a pride thing. He said, "You're not going to get me again on that."
I mean, like the guys that don't play get in the shower too. Like that's like, you're just looking for dick.
Does anybody shower after the game? I don't imagine
showers.
But I'm saying, even in like when high school or something, like if you don't play, there's no reason to go into the shower.
It's a good point, unless you want to check some stuff out,
Wait a minute. He to talk like a hick for you. He has an abdominal hernia. Bob has an inaugural one.
Oh, are you going to hit a champagne bottle off of it since it's inaugural hernia?
Little League World Series is great. Is that over yet? The Little League World Series? They confused me this year.
Did you just call it the Lily World Series?
the Little League World Series.
Why?
Is it over? It's not over because
wait,
I didn't think it started. What?
You said it like you had money on it. You go, is that over yet? Little League World Series over yet? Who won?
No, I got to play in the Little League World Series when I was 13.
Wow.
They're going to say 36. Do you see that one kid, though? The kid who was supposed to be like 13 or 14. He's like a full beard. He's like 6'6".
Isn't that every year? There's
this
like
kid. I gotta find a
He
picture.
owns a strip club.
There's like some Latin kid who's like, has 3 kids and is 42. He looks like he's 9. It's crazy.
I'm a I'm a baseball purist, and I'm not even trying to make a joke here, but you can make fun of me and enjoy this. But I don't watch the Little League World Series anymore, and I used to love watching the Little League World Series. But now that I've noticed, kids baseball has changed since when we were kids and everybody played Little League. Now the kids that are good, they don't fuck with Little League. They play on travel teams and all that shit because Little League
Yes.
shitty kids now. So I stopped watching it. I'm like, these aren't even like the best kids. Like these kids.
I'm an adult.
No, listen, I agree. Like, this is fascinating to me that I didn't know this is like a JV squad you basically watching. It's like the WNBA of Little League,
Yeah.
is what we're talking about here.
You're not seeing those amazing 12-year. When we were kids,
Mm-hmm.
here's another thing that we had when we were kids. Bob, did you play baseball when you were like in your teens?
Well, why don't you ask those trophies that are in that closet?
Is this true, Joe? You're not allowed to watch because of the court order? Is that why you're not?
That's hilarious.
Well, what was that, Joe? What was the question?
I was gonna say, when we played baseball when we were younger, this is what another thing that's majorly different is, like, say when you got done Little League, you went and played something called Babe Ruth, which was like 13, 14, and 15, right?
Yes.
So when you were 13, you'd have to be in that league and face kids that were 14 and 15. Now,
Yes, I did
these
that.
kids only
Yeah.
play by their age, right? So it's like my son plays 15U baseball, and last year he played 14U. Like, they never have to play kids that are 2 years older than them. It's like, it's weird that it's considered better, but at the same time, you're like, you fuckers aren't even like, we had to play grown men.
Well, the fact is that you had to be almost drafted into that. They didn't take everyone to play 13, 14, 15.
Oh,
Like,
they did when I grew up.
No, not when I grew up a little before you. And what it is, you were picked to be on there because you were able to play on that, and that's what it is. The rest of the people stayed at 13.
Yeah, they had some shitty league. They'd call it like senior something, and yeah, that was the kids that sucked. Yeah.
And then there was another league that was named after some fucking player back then, Gil Hodges, something, right? League. There was that.
I'm even trying to remember if when we were young and you played like Pop Warner football, you'd have to play with kids 2 years older than you. Like, and it's like ridiculous that kids, they don't have to play older kids. Even when they're in high school, you're on the 9th grade team, everybody's in 9th grade. You're on the 10th grade team, everybody's in 10th grade. It's like, and then what happens? They hit college, and then all of a sudden, everybody's fucking. Some guys are 7 years older. Like, what? It's ridiculous.
Robbie, the P on his cap stands for pedophile. Didn't spell it right, but by the way, can I just mention Robbie was the one who said you were great on AGT, so he's a legit fan of yours.
Oh, somebody wants to know where do the super chats go. Okay, look, we don't do a whole show about that because we actually talk about stuff but if everybody super chat right now. Let's make up for gifts. Come on. That's what he get. And then once it stops, we'll turn it off.
To be clear, I was kidding, buddy. All the best. And that's doo-doo, baby. $1.99. Thank you.
What did he say that he's saying he's kidding about? What was his?
You probably don't want to know.
Yeah, something about he hopes you die in a fiery car crash, I think. But he was kidding around. He didn't mean it. No, I don't know what he said. I think he was just making a joke earlier. And he just wanted you to know that he was kidding around. I think,
why didn't you guys send me a nice little backdrop so I could match you guys? You could have sent me that. I could have thrown it right in there, right? Or do I need some sort of
need the green screen? Yeah.
You got a lot going on. You couldn't find the link for 5 minutes that we sent 17 times.
Well, yeah, what happened with the link? Where did that go?
It was not in my email till the last one you sent at 10:07.
So you're saying Joe is a fucking, not you. We have a Joe too. Our Joe is a fucking liar because he said he sent it to you.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Is it in your spam?
I looked.
Is it in the dugout with the other 70-year-olds? We check there.
Is it buried under the bench above? There he is.
Hey, there's Bob playing when he was younger at the Lily League World Series.
I was Bach Agency. We won the championship and T-ball.
Here's $5 for real. $5. There you go. Bob.
Thank you, Real. Now we're caught up.
That's the other thing. They didn't have T-ball when we grew up. That got invented later.
I had T-ball.
I did not.
In Staten Island.
T-ball?
The first thing I did, we played off the tee. I was
there was
7?
No T-ball back then, Bob.
There was T-ball. I know it was fucking T-ball because we fucking played T-ball. It was low T-ball. Thank you, Roy.
Low T-ball? What does that mean?
Low T, low testosterone. He's got low T-ball.
I don't have low T. I fucking, my dick works like fucking two white men.
I can top it. How old was I? I think I was.
You played J-ball.
I played J-ball. Yeah.
He can't help it.
Oh my god!
There's the team.
That is
There's Joe's team.
That looks like one of our fucking games. It's so perfect. There is a dad that I know here in my town that calls the leagues that are all the Jewish kids Jew ball. He does call it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his wife's Jewish though, so I always give him a pass.
He gets a pass.
Wait, there is a Jewish baseball league?
It's basketball, and he goes out. He's got Jew ball at 1. He'll literally say,
"Hey, basketball is our sport. We're actually really good at basketball."
It's true. Why are Jewish people are very good until hype comes into the game?
Well, yeah, in the 40s and 50s, most of the players professionally were Jewish until they segregated.
Right,
Or
until they went,
until
there they are.
Until they
did
stopped
that.
segregation.
Yeah,
I used to have a bad Jewish joke that, like in the 80s, or the
No such thing. Go
Or
ahead.
the early 90s, it wasn't as racist sounding. Because it was something about, or no, it wasn't a race joke. It was just about how when you watch basketball, the short guys are always really good at threes.
Right.
And I used to have some bit where I was like, if I was a coach, I'd be like, over to Hervé Villachet's tattoo. He buries one. And over to Billy Barty. I had like a whole squad of midgets, and that was the bit.
That's funny.
It reminds me of
everybody had midget bits back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Oh please.
Remember Dan Wilson's midget bit?
No.
Where it was the wrestler, the midget wrestling?
No.
Oh, it was great.
He would
He
do midget
impersonated him.
wrestling?
Yeah, remember the midget wrestling they used to have on TV, and he would do an impression of them and crushed. I mean, like, and it would be a callback throughout his whole show. And then last time I worked with him, he couldn't do it anymore.
Dude, midget tossing still exists. Remember that was like
oh yeah.
Oh, behind close on the dark web. Absolutely. You can
How do you
find.
think I did this to my ball bag?
I mean,
Beetlejuice gained a few pounds, right?
Yeah. I got hissed once on stage. You ever been? We've all been booed. You ever been hissed?
No, never been hissed.
Yeah, it was the first time for me, and it was a midget joke I was doing about that. What's the show called? Is it Little People Big World with the doctor and her husband? And
Little People Big World is not the doctor. Please get it right when you fucking talking about a great show like this, okay?
What's it called?
It should be coming back on the air soon.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, writer's strike. They had the Writers Guild's on strike, so they can't.
Didn't you ever notice that? Didn't you ever notice
Little
that
People
the
Big
main
Head
character-
right.
Little people what?
Yeah, so what?
Oh, Little People Big Head. Yeah.
Oh my God, your people are great. Little People Big World. The main character, the little dad.
Oh, right.
Sounds exactly like Vinny Brand, the guy who owns the shred. Exactly. Did you ever hear his voice?
Oh my God! I watched one episode. He was doing the payphone bit. I was like, "What the fuck is Vinny doing on this show?"
I give you 70% of the dough, but at first you got to give me $700, and then you get 70%.
Well, it was about that show with the doctor and the other tiny guy, and they went to India to go adopt a baby. because India's crazy. They'll give anybody a fucking kid. They don't care, what you look like, how tall you are, what you do for a living.
Yeah, but
They
it's not
got
a fly baby. I couldn't even get a fly baby, but yeah, go there and get it if you want.
Well, they pulled up to this orphanage and there's kids hopping out of dumpsters. Like it was the craziest thing you've ever seen. There's kids everywhere. They go in there. It's like, it's like the self checkout at the airports now at the gift shops. They just pick a kid. They walk out. They put the kid in the minibus they got, no pun intended, and they put the kid in a car seat, in a baby seat. And I say on stage, the kid looks at them like, aren't you little motherfuckers supposed to be in baby seats too? And a few people laugh, and then it quiets down. And I hear this woman go, this. And I just go, what the fuck happened? Did somebody open a valve? I go, what happened?
Somebody pulled the cork out of her cunt.
Yeah. And she just goes, that was not nice.
But if you don't think they're entertainment, like little people, big, when that guy goes, yeah, he's talking to his new wife, and he goes, "You really want that deck?" So I built it a deck myself. No, you didn't. You can't even grab a hammer. You know what I mean? You got those fucking, bloated fingers and that stuff. You're on a wood fucking handle to keep you up.
They don't even make tool belts his size. You understand? He's gonna have to wear it across his chest like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando with grenades.
You guys remember? You remember David Tell's bit about midgets?
Oh, I
he goes always if you ever need directions, always ask a midget because they're gonna give you the shortest route. He goes, "You're lucky I got here. Look at these little legs. I had to swim a puddle."
I just love the setup of always ask a midget for directions. Just that alone is fucking killer. Joe plays their games at a cemetery just in case. Is that where your home field is? A cemetery for you guys? T-ball's for the kids with their own Olympic. You know what we watched not long ago? Blind soccer is an event in the Paralympics, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. You can't, pardon the pun, can't take your eyes off the screen watching this game. It's unbelievable.
I just thought of a bad joke. You thought parents yelled at their kids a lot where their kids could see at a game. Can you imagine?
Right.
Blind parents fucking, what the fuck? Just go the other way.
I was saying, I did this bit where I'm like, your kid's shitty at sports when you're cheering them on for the simplest things at the games, and you're just like, way to run, dude, way to run. Like it's the only thing they're doing right. When the Jewish team wins, they all get gold star. Look at that. You see, we're riffing here. We're riffing. That's what it's all about.
The funniest thing was playing
Black Dog quota. JDL upset. I know.
When you played Little League, you always had everybody had to play, right, Joe? Everybody had to play.
Everybody got an at bat, right?
The right fielder we put in, they put him in there at the end of the game when it was tight because you had to get him in, otherwise you probably forfeit if they didn't get in or whatever. And the ball game, he goes running after it. He slips in the grass. His feet and legs basically go under the fence, and he's stuck there. And we lost the game. And it's like, I don't think anybody ever talked to him ever again because he just slid under and he couldn't get out. And like everybody's we just fucking that fucking lose.
Dude,
it's amazing.
Mud Sharks Unite.
We only had video cameras in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
What happened to your show Fixing Joe? Mud Sharks Unite wants to know.
The show or the podcast? It started as a podcast, and then it was a web series that someone actually paid me to do. And I did the podcast for 6 years, and then I stopped. I was fixed.
You were
fixed, and I was done.
You hit the chess clock, and you walked off. You go, I'm done. I'll see you guys later.
I got on meds. I got into therapy, and next.
Are you still on meds? Like a lot?
Same meds.
Like, what do you take? What do you really take? Like,
well, hold on. We don't have that much time left, but let me get this question. Artie, Anthony, and Jim destroyed his dream. I don't think they did. You look back on that. I mean, you're a funny comic. You've been doing it for years. You're a pro. you can see the hilariousness in that episode, I imagine, right? Or is it still a sore subject for you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just lost you. Say that.
Oh,
again.
when you filmed that thing at the Village
Yeah.
Underground with Artie and Norton and Kumia.
Yeah.
I
What,
believe
what,
it
what
was.
about it? What about it?
I mean, it was phenomenal.
was.
It was. I don't know. I'm asking, did you feel that way about it, or has your feelings changed about it?
I can answer from right off the bat. It didn't go the way he expected it to go, having your friends around, but it was hilarious. You got it. You put together fucking 3 people that if they do that, it's the funniest thing, and it was.
Yes. It wasn't what I expected exactly. It was a funny mistake.
Right. Like, how many minutes into them bashing you do you realize, well, I really booked the wrong lineup?
That's what my wife
feel
said.
like
It's
Bob
a
marrying
funny
a
mistake,
black
the wedding.
Funny mistake, the way. Go ahead. You were saying, Joe? I'm sorry.
I said it would be like if Bob married a black woman. It'd be a funny.
No, I mean, I'd have to move.
So, yeah, what was funny about that, and I always have to tell people, it wasn't supposed to be like a podcast. I was trying to film this pilot idea I had. My mistake was I picked 3 guys that could sell out the Village Underground on a Monday night at 10 o'clock at night, which isn't not many comedians can sell out on a Monday at 10 p.m. in New York City. So I booked those 3 guys, and why it was so funny, I always say opposites are what make things funny. So it was really funny that those guys were all home run hitters.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do something serious and they derailed it. So that's what made it really funny. Like, even though I wanted my pilot idea to be funny, I still wanted it to have a concept. I didn't want it to just be thrown out the fucking window with no concept, because then I have nothing.
Yeah.
The other factor is
I paid guys there to film that thing, which was hilarious. So not only did it suck, I lost a lot of money on whoever I had to pay. But then it was so funny when I watched it that I went, well, I'm going to still put this up for people to watch.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got people in chat are concerned. 1 second here. Serious question: is Mike okay? Yes, he's fine.
Fine.
He's fine. Doing his thing. Just stop. All right.
Burns been watching him all day.
Then people watch the show and they just zoom in on Mike the entire time. They're fascinated by.
I just put up some blind soccer if you want to watch that.
Thank you.
Sure, everybody loves.
Let's see blind soccer. Do you have that?
No volume though, because we don't. I don't know what the deal is with that, but this is
blind soccer. It's amazing.
How do you know?
What do they have? Well, they're making.
Turn the volume off. Turn the volume off.
The ball has to have a sound in it.
No, so I saw the other day. Whoa, that guy.
That's less than just being blind. God damn it. He can't use his hands at least.
Some of the guys aren't blind. They just have blind goggles on.
Well, so there's different levels. There's slightly impaired, and then there's completely fucking blind. Now, the goalies are not blind in the game, which I think defeats the whole purpose. I mean,
right. Finally, you might get some scoring.
Everybody should be blind. The vendors selling hot dogs. Look at this. Everyone should be blind.
Dude, how easy of a sport would it be to fake that you're blind and go fuck?
Now, like they have stuff on there. I guess maybe it's to protect their eyes. Can you be sighted and still do this if you're wearing the goggles?
It looks like
it. Yeah. So I think the goggles.
Oh, good. You're great. You just
he's not even
saved the ball from a fucking blind.
You just made a. Hey, he goes, I got a shutout today. They're all blind. Like, what are you bragging about? Of course, you got.
I lost my watch. Where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let the guy with 1.5 arms be the goalie if you want to impress me.
My dream was to be a referee.
Meanwhile,
cursed.
all of us against these guys would get schooled. First of all, Joe would have sunburn beyond belief.
Mike, can you find blind paintball
Yeah, there you go. So it just said this that the ball has beads in it, so they can hear it.
You see, it has to make a noise, otherwise you're fucking running in a circle.
Okay, look at this. This is the national anthem. This whole thing's a mess. Look at this. It's got beads in it. I mean, just play hacky sack. What are we doing, guys? Come on.
Let's see.
That guy's got a helmet. He doesn't hear the beads, so that's why he's wearing a safety helmet.
I'm thinking of just so many different funny things that you could mix if you added impairment into it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Autistic crowd work comedians.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've seen a few of those, I think.
Like
Asperger's.
ADHD presidential debates, you know? I mean, think of that. Like, it's just 20 different topics. Oh, he just scored on you, dude. Fucking retire. He just scored on you. All right, shut this off.
Did they ever do a high five successfully?
Not that one guy.
That's how half the guys lost their vision. Was trying to high five. Well, I mean, look.
My vision. That's how I lost my vision.
Chaotic high five after the game. Who do we appreciate went wrong after the game?
Oh God.
Well, yeah, that was blind football. We don't make stuff up here. If we bring it up, we've watched it, we've seen it. And you know who we watched last week again? It's been a while. When we started the BS show, he was the staple here. Pete DiLorenzo. You familiar with Pete? You remember Pete? Look at his face. Ka-chunk, baby. Ka-chunk.
What did you remember about him, Joe? Like,
I have a great. Well, it's a quick story. When I first started doing stand up, you know how when you first start, you got to book rooms to try to like get stage time.
Mm-hmm.
I was booking this club called the Indian Chief in Medford, New Jersey, for like a couple of months, and back then, like, it's so funny how if you heard someone was like a comedy agent, like to you, they were like fucking famous.
Yeah.
So someone gave me Roger Paul's number, which is hilarious, that I was intimidated. I was afraid to call Roger Paul, who's like really.
Most people that make money don't want to call him.
Yeah. So Roger Paul goes, I got a great headliner for you at the Indian Chief. This guy, Pete DiLorenzo. I mean, he does tons of impressions. They'll love him. So
yeah.
I booked him, and I'm pretty sure he got booed off stage. Like, he got, like, and it cost me all this money to bring him down. And it was like I thought I was bringing someone who was on Saturday Night Live. That's how I felt back then.
Right. Because well, Pete would sell himself like that too.
Is he
They
still
all
alive?
remind me of you. That's his song. Remember? No, he's dead. He's dead.
He died?
He did die.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Did you ever work with him?
Oh yeah.
Dozens of times. Yeah.
What's he do? What did he do?
Well,
same thing he did for you.
Exactly. Exactly. He did these terrible impressions of like 1940s and 50s celebrities, and he would sing his song. They all remind me of you, and he would go on for like an hour and a half, and just walk the room. He would always end up walking the room slowly at first.
Do we have another Steve Ames appearance that we can play, different from the one we?
Oh, I think we could rustle something up for you.
Yeah, let's get that for Joe. We'll give him.
Who would you say is the worst working comedian that you ever worked with? Where you're like they're like so bad it's funny.
Joe I mean,
present company excluded.
There was a guy.
Pete was definitely one of them. Another one who he used to do. Like when I was just going to the open mics, he used to come down there and he would just do these songs. But remember Willie Asbury?
Oh, I remember Willie.
Willie Asbury. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, he would do these songs. He started clap, and the people go, and it just went. It was like.
Yeah, he would tell a lot of jokes. He was he was a black guy, kind of heavy. Always wore a tracksuit, had the Jerry curls.
Yeah. Good, nice guy, but fucking
Don't you think, Bob? And tell me the reason why. Oh, you got to show this first.
No,
well, go ahead. Ask your question.
I was going to ask. I always say that there were more weird comedians when we were coming up. That were some of them were good. Like you would see good weird comedians. You don't see that anymore, where they're like Andy Kaufman-esque fucking lunatics.
Right.
You won't see that.
We were talking about that. Bob and I had Florentine Yeah, Bob and I were
Yeah.
with Florentine on this show because Shuli wasn't around Thursday, and we started
Yeah.
talking about that there was a lot of crazy comedians. I mean, just off and on stage.
And they were fun to watch. They'd have
Yeah.
fucking dying. Like,
Well,
I
you know
remember-
who?
Well, Rick Shapiro was one of them, who was like
Right.
Yeah.
he was a working comedian that had a really weird act, and it wasn't like a character though. It was him.
Right. It was him.
He was just a little strange, so it was so fucking funny, and no one was like him. And he would work all the mainstream clubs in New York City.
Mhm.
And I guess because back then the audience, it would work. It
Right.
was. I'm like, I miss those days. Like, maybe this is what made you guys think about it. It's when Pee Wee Herman passed away, and I started watching all his old clips and seeing how funny they were. I was like,
Mhm.
I miss those kind of fucking
Yeah.
guys that would come on a late night talk show and be out of their mind almost.
Right.
There's a
Another-
funny dude out of LA who does some different and weird shit that I really dig. Rick Glassman. He's a West Coast guy. He's got a hilarious podcast, and you never like. I saw a clip of him comes out on stage at the Improv in LA, and he's like, "How you doing?" And he's like, "Cool, right on, yeah."
Yeah.
And everybody's just
Now,
kinda
who's the
like,
guy
"Alright."
that died from
Wait,
Florida?
hold on. And then he's just like, and he's like mumbling a little bit, and he's like, "All right, I'll call you back." And he takes his hood off, and he's got AirPods in, and he was on the phone the whole time. And it was just such a funny way to start the set. And he does a lot of shit like that in his act, where I think one set I saw, I think it was in Just for Laughs. He had the host keep reintroduce. He kept handing him notes to reintroduce. Just funny, different shit. It's got to go somewhere. Have fun with it. I love guys who do that.
Oh yeah,
I feel like the
read some of
comedy
Artie Fletcher's things. But like, who was the comedian in Florida that was so? He died. He was fucking brilliant.
What did he do?
Fuck.
You gotta.
He was just fucking out of control, like fucking rubbery and fucking insane. But
Lenny-
he was
Crazy
hitting
Lenny?
it big.
Remember Crazy
Oh, Lenny Schultz.
Lenny Schultz?
Not Lenny
Is that who you mean?
Schultz.
All right. Well, Bob, you
It's
said a
younger
guy who's
It
dead
was a
is
younger guy.
Take Your Shoes Off podcast is Rick Glassman's podcast. Really good. And then this is funny too. Google Rick Glassman trolls Fighter and the Kid. He went on Fighter and the Kid with Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen and literally trolled them right to their face. It was
Forget that
hilarious.
guy's fucking
Oh, I
name.
gotta
God
find
damn
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Glassman.
I feel like the stand-up market is in need of that. Like, you're gonna maybe we'll see somebody, because that's the one thing. Everybody kind of looks similar when you watch these comedy specials on
Yeah.
all the streaming networks, and you like this comedy business needs an Andy Kaufman who's just fucking with everybody. Like, it's just so weird, and it's like you can't tell if it's real or fake. I feel like
Yeah.
it's right.
Why don't you do a radio thing? Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, BS show. Our guest Joe Matarese saying more white people are needed in comedy. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a call. Hit us up in the super chats.
I never seen so many comedians that didn't have a drinking problem and don't have a drug problem, but go to therapy.
yeah. What the hell? But enough about therapy. Let's give the listeners, the viewers, some therapy. They love Pete DiLorenzo. Enjoy from the Smash show, the Steve Ames show, filmed in a banquet hall in New York somewhere. Let's take it away.
Our very special guest this evening is an old friend. He first appeared on the show back in 1992, and he's been on many times since. And it's always a pleasure whenever he visits us with his comedy and impressions. Here is the
hilarious.
multi-talented entertainer, Pete DiLorenzo.
Oh, this is the clip we just watched, but let's watch it.
Oh, wait. This isn't the new one?
No, I think this is the same one.
Thank you,
If
Steve.
I did different- Is this the same
I'd like
one
to
we
do this
watched last
segment
week?
and dedicate
Hold
this
on.
to the
Stop.
Steve Ames
Stop.
show, which
Stop
is
it.
truly an
Is
honor
it?
for me to be
Stop
back
it.
on again.
Stop it. Thank you.
Because I thought it's the same introduction that.
Yeah, it waited so long.
Yeah, we gotta get the different one up there, and that didn't take long. Here we go.
We'll get it.
We can't hear it on this.
Okay.
You gotta switch it over to just close it and
So,
set it.
Pete did multiple appearances on this show.
Oh, he was a beloved return guest on this show.
A lot of people said he paid for those flowers in the back.
Plants, those plastic plants didn't just grow by themselves.
There he is.
I go into like Home Depot, ladies and gentlemen, and I like to play around with people. You know, I write new material as I go down the aisles.
Do you?
And basically, I like to go down to like the bedding and you know, where they have the camping equipment and they have the.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Joe. Come on.
Joe.
Okay. He's at Home Depot going down the bedding and camping aisles. Number one. That was the setup to this bit. Number two, the hair and the aerodynamic nature of his full on. If you can bring it back a little bit, just give me a little full on Pete look at the camera. Yeah, this is. I've never seen somebody so. Look at this.
Can we put antlers on him? He's so lost.
What was the nickname?
Rat Boy.
Rat Boy, they call him.
Yeah.
And he's got his James Dean tie and his leather vest.
I like walking around Home Depot, the camping aisle, the bedding aisle. The bedding aisle. Go ahead.
See, but if he was like some character that was doing this, it would be
correct.
the biggest comedian we ever saw in our life.
Yep.
Exactly. That's the thing. When people don't understand what they're doing, it could be so funny if they understood instead of thinking they're this unbelievable act.
Yeah.
But,
you know what I mean?
If they understood it, it wouldn't be as funny. That's the catch, right? The fact that they are clueless to it is what makes it so much funnier.
Well, that's what I miss about open mics in the 80s and 90s when we went to them. There was always two of those guys on every lineup, right?
Oh, yeah.
We had this guy, Fred Novak, at our open mics who passed away. He was an open micer for like 20 straight years. He moved to LA and kept open micing out there, right?
Yeah.
But we laughed at him, and we almost didn't know why we were laughing, right? Like
they almost become like a mascot for that, for the, you know, like you're rooting for them for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean?
Well, it's basically what you know, it's basically everything you're glad you're not. You know what I mean? So it's funny to see it. Because you're like, why would you continue? Why?
Why?
It makes no sense.
Baffling. You go up and you hear air conditioning hum, and everybody else gets laughter. What makes you come back after that?
When you can hear ice going into a glass, it's over.
And they would always do the same jokes every week.
Tell you, yeah, he would always do the same jokes, and all the comics would gather and go in when he was on, right? At the Comedy Works in Philly in like 88, 89, right? He would do his whole act in a crouch, right? And his hair was long and sweaty. It was just like dripping, right? And he had like a bad mustache. And he'd go up there.
All right, I'm almost there. Keep talking.
And he would look up. This is how he would start. He would look up and he would go, "What? Dog food? Okay, I'll tell him." And then he would start. He was hearing like voices were reporting his premises. And you're like, I think he really did just hear a fucking voice. Like, there's no way that's a fucking bit, right? Wow. And then he had really off-color jokes. Like he did something about that movie, The Accused, with Jodie Foster.
Sure.
Where they're singing the song 1, 2, 3, 4, fuck her pussy.
Fuck that pussy till it's sore.
Yeah, and he goes, I didn't know it was a musical. Right. He'd have funny bits, you know. So it was like the guy's kind of writing some good ones here. But yeah, man, some of those comedians. There was another one in LA. This guy, James Painter. Everybody always talks about him. He was the Fred Novak of the West Coast. So funny, but I think like almost, you know, went out of his mind and quit doing comedy. And I booked him at a gig I was so nuts. I would book these guys.
Roger Paul told me to book him.
I booked him in San Diego at this normal room, and people stared at him for 30 straight minutes. Like Brody Stevens was another one. He was kind of out there, and I always love those kind of comedians. I would book them in mainstream rooms and not because it would make me laugh.
I'm with you. I booked the. There you go. There's Pete with some antlers. You ask and you receive on the Shuli Network. That's what it's all about.
All right, listen. I got to go to the doctor. I'll see you guys later. See you
That's
tonight.
it. What do you mean? I got to go to the doctor? Well, then let's wrap up the show. Then
I gotta go.
Hey, what?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Plugs. I'll be going to the doctor right now. I'll be getting a. If you want to come and see me get a not an MRI, whatever it is.
You want to come and see me get an MRI? I'll be
live. I'll be there from 12 on.
He knows he has to go to the doctor. He just doesn't know why he's going and what they're doing.
Yeah, if you want a nice doggy like I got, it's probably eating a tree guy. Go to dogwarriornc.com. They have wonderful dogs, wonderful, beautiful dogs. And if you want them flown in, like my dog was privately flown in, and it was about www.pilotandpours.org.
Did your tongue get a hernia too?
I know.
Yeah, check out my son's band, Fat Mez, MEZZ, and they have an EP, a couple songs on it. Fat Mez Loves Cooter, iTunes, all that bullshit, and a lot more to come. And I'm off to the doctor.
All right, you kooky bastard. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta take care of this shit.
No.
Yeah. We got a show tonight. I'm a little tired. I have a little this, a little nice, a little me. All right, I gotta go. Good seeing you, Joe.
Bye, Angel.
Bye, Bobby.
We lost Bob.
Thank God.
Doing a podcast later, or does he have a Monday night show?
God damn it.
We're doing a Monday night show later tonight. We're doing the crown jewel of this network, the Uncle Rico show, Joe. Where we
know about this. It's a network.
It's a whole thing going on here. It's a whole happening. It's a whole
kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So that's tonight.
Middler. Middler. Who came up with that one?
Well, that's what Stuttering John called himself as a feature. He called himself a middler.
They used to call feature acts middles.
Yeah. But listen, we would love to have you back on anytime, man. It's good to see you. It's good to hear from you.
You too, man. You guys are hilarious.
Yeah, hey, you're hilarious, dude. You're a fucking hilarious stand-up. I worked with you many times. I know people like to bust your balls, but Joe is a pro, and he can take a fucking beating from the best. Believe me. So anytime you want back in, buddy, you're more than welcome. You let me know, okay?
Let's do it.
Oh, and you know what else? You had one of the best shows I ever did in New York City. It was at Caroline's. You did 10 minutes, and then you were interviewed by Joe's therapist. Joe had a therapist there, and the therapist would break down your set and I fucking loved that concept so much. I thought it was so brilliant. And I was so mad that I crushed on the therapist interview, and I pretty much stunk up the set. But that's what was cool about it, is you could fuck up a set and still be funny in the show.
Yeah,
I demonstrated. But yeah, I always thought that was a killer format, a good idea for a show.
We still do that sometimes. Me and my that's my cousin.
Well, let me know when and where. If you want any plugs, you're more than welcome. Come on here. We'll plug for you. And yeah, man, all the best to you, buddy.
Well, let me plug my theater show this weekend, this Sunday, September 3rd. I'll be in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, at the Harbor Square Theater doing a show that I do every year down there. So Sunday, Labor Day weekend. That's this Sunday. Wow, I got a long drive coming up.
Go support our pals. And go enjoy.
JoeMatarese.com for tickets to that.
JoeMatarese.com. The great Joe Matarese.
Brian just had a quick super chat to ask Joe before we go.
Ask Joe.
Got a favorite Phillies player, Joe?
I love Pete Rose. Pete Rose Pete Rose for his playing, and Shake and Bake McBride for that. Just the greatest name. Bake McBride.
Right.
Great.
McBride.
Always love. That's why I have the 80s. This is like the 80s Phillies.
Yeah.
He stays true. He's repping true. Good morning to Shuli's new whack packer, Joey Matarese. Yes. Joe and Jake Hudson are on the same meds. Send link. We will. We'll link up the med boys next time.
Who's Jake Hudson?
It's a long story, but he's a broadcaster you're going to see flying through the ranks. I mean, he's already up and comer. He's pretty. You want something different? I'll send you the link to Jake's show. It's different. The only time Joe was roasted worse than this chat was on his own show with Ann. I don't think the chat was mean to Joe. At least not the people who paid. There is a pic of Bob on his tie.
On Pete's tie.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well, check it out. Pete's face looks like a skinny melt. Link me. Plus, yeah, Joey B. If you want to see Bob's eye doctor, go to Pilots and Glasses. They fly Bob's glasses in from the Arctic. Thank you, dang lizard. All right, we're caught up. We're good.
Great talking to you, Joe.
There's still no. Yeah, we'll get into that shit tomorrow. I got to talk about him tomorrow, buying viewers. But anyhow, JoeMatarese.com. Go check it out. Support him. He's a good pal. Has been for many years. And thank you for coming on, Joe. Mike, what do you got to plug? Anything? Did you?
Well, if you'd like to follow me on X, I am at Mike Morse Says, and on Instagram at Mike Morse, and I will be just doing garbage all over the Shuli network.
Thank you. Well, where garbage lives. Thank
you.
Shalom Shuli, Twitter, Instagram, and the ShuliNetworkShop.com. Get some merch, buy some stuff, enjoy. Thank you for your support. We'll see you later tonight. Uncle Rico Show live. What is it, 7 o'clock, right?
7 p.m.
Right here on the network. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe. Hit the notification thing. Do all that stuff. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all.
Time to wake up. Gotta get out of bed.
Happy birthday, Jim.
You think you're gonna come and hurt me?
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go up. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.